Good morning, Laker fans. It is November 20th, 2018. Lakers took the win against Miami on Sunday. The morning after, Greg Coates had headline read, "Oh, what we had and what we lost." LeBron reminds us in torching Miami for 51 points. I'm sure you've all heard it by now. He had an unbelievable game. The final on that was 113 LA, 97 Miami. So yesterday, Monday morning, we had the Week 6 Power Rankings. I got those from NBA.com, from Josh Ullman. And the top headline read, quality wins help the Clippers take top seed. Of course, the number one Clippers with a 10-5 record. They have key wins against the Bucks, the Warriors, the Spurs. They've had that 15-point comeback win, and I wouldn't call it a comeback win last night against the Hawks, but it was a good win. Clippers are just solid. They're a really solid team. Injuries are not a problem for them. Another guy just steps up. It's something the Lakers need to pay attention to. Okay, number two, we have the Milwaukee Bucks. Remember, they have that unabashed three-point centric attack system. Sorry, very good article I read also on the Bucks on Bucks have an 11-4 record. They also have Brook Lopez on their team. Very good article out by Stephen Ashburner. We all hate the Nazis, of course, but they did get furthest in the twin studies that we're all obsessed by as well. It's basically a twin study article because you have a set of twins in the NBA. One is doing extremely well. And it's mostly just based on what a team is doing and what the team is allowing him to do. Brook Lopez has become nicknamed Splash Mountain of all things. So can't wait to. Well, actually, I can really wait to play the Bucks because it's going to be a bleeder now if they stop by. Number three, Portland Trail Blazers 11-5. Remember, two of those losses came at the hands of the beloved Lakers. And number six, Golden State Warriors 12-6. They've lost the last 4 out of 5. We know they have locker room problems. Laker fans understand. Kobe and Shaq couldn't be friends either at all until forget it. All right, number 13, the Lakers. They've moved up from the number 16 spot from last week. Of course, we call that loss to the Orlando Magic a regression. That's a nice way of putting it. And but right now, the Lakers are the 12th ranked defense in the NBA, and they are moving up. So we're making some progress here and there. Orlando game be damned. So, what did we have in Miami versus the Lakers on Sunday afternoon? Well, it was actually a pretty good game. Miami did have the ugliest uniforms in the world. Those are the Vice Knights jerseys. They're black with laser fuchsia and blue gale. They're 1988 colors to acknowledge pop culture, Miami Vice culture. Yeah, they were not cool. Dwayne Wade did say they are better than the white versions, and you need your athletes and your fans to feel cool in their gear. I'm not a fan, but maybe it's a thing in Miami. Anyway, LeBron felt really cool last night. On Sunday night for the game. Of course, he did that 51-point run. LeBron just basically remembering his LeBron-ness. Walton called it a special night for James, saying he was in attack mode, which is what we really wanted to see against Orlando, but thankfully they did it against Miami. So when Lakers were in the depths of losing, and especially losing streaks, 20-point leads and such, LeBron said the Lakers needed to be able to take the lead at will or keep the lead at will. And this is LeBron behaving at will. Usually when a player says something, it's something he's thinking about in his game, and here it is. This is a player showing his single dominance on the court. It doesn't always work out. We have a couple 50-point big games this season. Derrick Rose is one, Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, Blake Griffin, and of course LeBron James have all had 50-point runs in a single game. Former BYU star Jimmy Fredette in the China National Basketball Association, I believe it's the CBA. Remember, he's the Jimmer. He scored 75 points. He's a guard for the Shanghai Sharks. Where's the name of that other team? They lost to the Beijing Dragons by 1 point, even though he scored 40 points in the fourth quarter. That's a tough one. So it doesn't always work out. Kemba Walker of Charlotte Hornets scored 60 points. He's had the biggest scoring game of the season thus far. He That was Saturday, 11-17 against the 76ers, and Charlotte still lost that game. That is very painful. But LeBron having these big games now is coming from him not necessarily feeling he needs to like score because the team is so crappy. What it comes from is him just having faith in the team. Once he shows that faith in the team, guys kind of come along. They're willing to give LeBron those assists. They're willing to accept those lobs from LeBron or give him a lob himself. So I think it's really working out for the team. So back to those big games. What does it really mean for LeBron? We want to know because we want to know what our fearless leader is doing. Derrick Rose when he had his 50-point game, he came out and said most guys would have retired, and most guys advised him to retire. Klay Thompson, old system player, he is expected to retire according to Warriors fans. They're just kind of over him. Blake Griffin, all I hear is how bad I am. Oof, that's a tough line. And Steph Curry, of course, peaking too soon. Is he going to have regret because he is suffering from some injuries now? Maybe it just happened all early enough that he'll be set for the playoffs. I'm not going to say I hope not, but, you know, Lakers have needs. And LeBron James, what is his hole in the game? Okay, he's not a closer. Things you hear from the press and myself. He's not a closer. He's dead in the playoffs and cannot control a game at will, cannot close a game at will. And what we're seeing right now is another evolution of LeBron where he comes to a new team and his whole game evolves to something different and something spectacular. And if he can really do this, then yes, I will start to put him more in the mix between the MJ and the Kobe conversation. Not a conversation for now. Let's get back to the game. So Lakers started in Miami, their usual suspects. Luke Walton said he assigned, I would say, LeBron to basically just be LeBron. And the rest of the team will become more accustomed to playing with him and around him and through him and what have you. It's why he's here. Okay. The Miami Heat put in, and of course he did with 51 points, and Miami Heat put in 2 shooting guards to start, Josh Johnson and Rodney Magruder. They do not have an available point guard. Let's remember Dwayne Wade is still on that lovely paternity leave, squeezing his baby. And Goran Dragic, he is injured and still not available, so no scoring leadership on the floor. It was kind of clear that was happening. Probably best for the Lakers. Hassan Whiteside center. He did get the start for Miami Heat as JaVale McGee did. He averages about 49% field goal percentage per game. Lakers were able to hold him to 22% field goal percentage. One of my criticisms of the Lakers is that they can't hold down a single player. Hassan Whiteside was a held down player against the Lakers in Miami on Sunday. And JaVale McGee didn't have as much production as per usual. He kind of was even with Hassan Whiteside, but in the wonderful Laker acquisition we got, Tyson Chandler, he didn't score that much, but he did have 11 boards, much more than JaVale or Hassan. So basically, we adjusted our game. We lost production from JaVale McGee, but we also lost production from Hassan Whiteside, and mathematically and, you know, financially, we got production from Tyson Chandler, and that puts us at a win at the center position. So congratulations, Lakers, on that. Something else really weird at the game. Let's talk about that shoe. Head coach Eric Spoelstra said that you saw a competitive will come out, but it was an adult temper tantrum, a mantrum, as I've been known to call them, because I've seen them even in my own home. So Josh Richardson, he thought he should have been fouled at 6:30 with 6:30 left in the game. I don't know really what happened, but he ended up throwing his shoe in the stands when Coach Eric Spoelstra called him back to the bench for already beginning his temper tantrum. Yeah, they got a T. They got a double T after that. The next morning, he got a $25,000 fine from the league for his ill behavior. You know, Miami tried to basically frame this as frustration. They're playing so poorly, nobody really paid attention to it anyway, and thank you, LeBron, for scoring 51 points last night. Josh Richardson owes you like a birthday card for the rest of your life because nobody is talking about him throwing a shoe into the stands and basically showing that he's a baby inside. A lot of men are. But you know what? As long as it only happens on the court. Okay, so what were our boys up to in the game? Our most outstanding stat was that Lakers had 17 fast break points to Miami's 5. Lakers definitely did out point guard Miami. It wasn't that hard since they didn't have a single one on the court pretty much. But let's also keep in mind, Lakers did have 26 fast break points against the stellar win against the Blazers. So they're going to need to up that if they're going to continue to progress in the season and continue to do well. Get those numbers back on board behind them. Lakers did defend. Let's remember, team defense always gives an A+ when they hold the opposition under 100 points. Miami finishing up with 97. Basically, the Lakers closed a team that should be closed. LeBron did have to pull out all the stops and have a big game. But, maybe that's the inspiration the Lakers need to push forward and know that they can do this. They're actually quite a good team, just really psychologically faltering still. That's what happens with youth. They're going to need to bring a lot more against Cleveland. I'm sure they're going to bring a little more ire to LeBron. He has just recently left there, as opposed to Miami. He's been gone for a while. So I'll be back to talk about the Cleveland Cavaliers another time before the game on Wednesday. That will be an early game. Coverage begins at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, being that it is an East Coast game. Probably freezing butt out there. Nice job, Lakers, on Sunday night, especially LeBron. Let's see if we can pull that energy together and boost it a little more and take it somewhere else to get a win. Thank you for watching my channel, everyone. I am Rachel A. Smith. I'm so tired, and I hope this was not too low energy for you. But again, thank you for watching, and have a great day. And congrats, Lakers.